If you didn't know now, I'm going to need you to know. The enemy's job is to steal, kill, and destroy. And the mere fact that you let him steal your identity is enough for me. A lot of us are walking around here not knowing who we are or what we are supposed to be. So the question is, where did the enemy try to steal your identity? At what point in life did you start to feel like you didn't know who you were? Where and how and what took place? So inner work for today is going back in reflection. Go back to childhood, or that moment where you felt like you were worthless, where you felt like you lost yourself. Go back to that moment, and I want you to do a journal prompt to reflect on what happened in that moment and why you took on that identity. All inner work is homework, but it's internal homework. You're not just doing it for the world, you're doing it for your spirit. So inner work for today is doing a journal prompt. In this journal prompt, you will be going back in time in your mind. You're going to reflect on the very moment to where you took on an identity that was lesser than yourself. You're going to go back to that very moment where you felt so powerless that you felt like that's just who you were and that's what life was supposed to be. Identify why you took on that identity, why you allowed that to happen. Maybe you didn't know no better. Maybe you felt powerless and you had constantly been shut down even in your own household, so you didn't think that you could say no. Go back to that moment and reflect. And while you are reflecting and after you do your journal prompt, put a prayer on it. Pray for deliverance. Pray for forgiveness. Ask God to show you how to forgive the person that maybe put that word curse on you. Ask him to give you understanding and deepen your spiritual discernment so that you can know why that person said what they said or did what they did, because you never know what spirit was attached to them. Remember, we fight not against flesh and blood. It is spiritual at the end of the day. And the enemy tries to get his hands on you at an early age. And he does that through the very people you love. He does that through people in general. If he can't get in you directly, he will get in somebody around you. So forgiveness is key to set yourself free. Always remember that. And the path to God is paved in you. So by doing the inner work, by doing that work, you will begin to find God's voice. You'll begin to hear it deeper within yourself because you're cleansing and clearing out a sacred space for him to meet you in. Maya Angelou said it best. You need a place that is pristine, clean. A place where nobody can touch you nor harm you. That's your sacred space where God will meet you. That is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because we all deserve to have that space and place of peace within ourselves to be able to hear and speak with God. We're not letting the enemy take nothing from us no more. Most of our identity issues stem from childhood pain. I was watching a sermon the other day with Pastor Torrey Roberts called "The Tools Are Coming." I'm going to link it below. But he was talking about there's a space in which there's a time in your life in which you are formless. So the enemy will try to get his hands on you so that he can form and shape you and not God. When you are a child, you are formless. So the enemy tries to get his hands on you so much to where you will operate as the virgin he wants you to be, not the virgin God has called you to be. As children, we know who we are. We confident in ourselves. We're the loudest. We're the most honest. We see something in our mind and we start to act it out right then and there. We know we're connected in a different way. So when that trauma and that pain happens and trials and tribulations, that begins to change the way that we view ourselves. That begins to mess with our belief system entirely, especially with the way that we believe in ourselves and view ourselves. Have you ever heard that you have to get back to your childlike ways in order to be the full version of yourself? A child sees something in his mind and they go after it. They act it out and they believe and they speak about it every day. And they remind other people about it. Like, you remember when you said you were going to do this? They operate in a different type of way. And as we go through life, we start to get really stern and really serious and, oh my gosh, anxiety and just so many different things that we carry throughout life that are blocking us from connecting with our inner child and being able to be in our imagination, being able to act the things out that we are desiring and seeing in our mind. As we get older, and we start holding on to the word curses that people put on us. Somebody might have told you weren't worthy. Somebody might have told you that you would never make it. And you took that seed and you allowed it to stay within your soil. Your soil is your internal being. You're full of soil. You're full of it. You are the earth. You are from the earth. You are created by God. They said he took clay and formed us. So you don't think that we're made of that same clay? You don't think that there is soil in us? Why does he talk about seeds and planting? We must be the dirt. So we took on those negative seeds and allowed them to be planted in our soil. And we started watering them and thinking that those were our truth. That the fact that you're not worthy is you. The fact that you'll never make it is you. You started watering those same word seeds that got planted in you at a young age. And that is where we are going wrong in our adult lives. A seed that is planted can always be dug up. Dig those seeds up and throw them in the trash can. They don't have to be planted in you. Get new seeds and plant them and water them in the same spots that you just dug up the old weeds, that you just dug up the old seeds. New seeds can always be planted and old seeds can always be dug up and thrown away. The whole plant can be too. You see them chopping all these trees down? Chop down that tree and plant another one, but not the skinny one, because I'm so sick and tired of seeing these skinny trees, y'all. I'm like, where are the Mother Earth trees? The trees that am I the only one? Am I the only one who's tired of seeing these skinny trees? Like, what happened to the historic big trees? Why are y'all chopping those ones down? And shoot, big circle moment. What if those trees have bad seeds connected to them and they need to be chopped down? And that's why we've seen the skinny trees, and the skinny trees are going to grow up to be big trees, but they were planted correctly. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep about it. But the whole purpose and point behind what I'm saying is you can easily dig up an old plant. You can easily cut down a tree, and you can get rid of the stump too. So just because a negative word has been planted in your life, just because something has been said about you that is not true, does not mean you have to keep watering or allowing it to grow. Even a bad tree can produce fruit, but the fruit will be rotten. So are you going to continue to allow a tree that is producing rotten fruit in you grow? Or are you going to chop it down and plant a new seed that will produce fruit that you can actually get substance from? It's up to you. You have free will at the end of the day, but I want you to know that you have the option, and you do not have to continue living as a lesser version of yourself because of words that were planted within you as a child. It also goes further than just your childhood. You might have just got out of a toxic, abusive, narcissistic relationship to where those seeds were planted in you and you allowed them to grow over the past 12 years. I want you to know that you can cut that tree down. It's going to hurt. You have to go through healing, and through healing there is pain, but there is also purpose in your pain too. So there's nothing wrong with chopping down that tree and planting you a new one. Let go and let God. You never know what tree is in the way. Have y'all ever heard of plants that grow? And they might grow, or they might have been planted in the wrong spot to where they're blocking off sunlight from the other plants. So that plant continues to grow, but the other plants die. It's okay to cut down that tree within yourself so that your other plants can grow, because that tree was not supposed to grow anyways. Let's go back to childhood real quick. Different spirits were placed on you at a young age. Was anybody dealing with a lustful spirit at a very young age? You were exposed to sex way too soon, way too early, and there was a lustful spirit on you, and you started to equate you as your body. You started to equate your value as your body. You looked at yourself as if the only thing I have to offer is my body. That's my value and that's my worth. Them lustful spirits, them Jezebel spirits attached to a lot of us at a very young age. You can stop that today. Abstinence is key to fighting that spirit. Prayer is key to fighting that spirit. Sitting back and getting to know your higher self is key to fighting that spirit, because you are worth more than just what you have to offer as far as your body goes. You are your mind. You are your spirit. You are your energy. So never allow a situation in your life to make you feel like the only thing you are worth is your body. I have been there before where I thought that was my value. I dressed a certain type of way. I slept around. I did a lot of things that were beneath me and really below me because I felt like that's all I had to offer and that was my worth, based off of me being violated and taken advantage of at a young age. So I'm going to keep reiterating this. You can chop that tree down and allow another tree to grow. There are a lot of different spirits that can get attached to us, y'all. Doubtful spirits. You don't believe in yourself at all. The moment God tells you can do something and you move toward, doubt comes in and tells you that you cannot. Well, maybe what if it doesn't work? What if it does? You have to start combating that spirit. The work is up to you. God's not going to come down here and save you. You're already saved. That's the thing that we don't understand. When Yeshua, Jesus Christ, Yeshua is the Hebrew name for Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the English name of Yeshua. When Yeshua died for our sins, that was us being saved. We are already saved. So God is not going to come down here and save us. He's going to put us in the position to where we can show him that we trust him and that we believe that we are already saved. So you have to start doing the internal work so that you can align yourself and place yourself in rhythm with the Most High. You have to put yourself in proper alignment by doing the inner work so that you can know you are already saved. You are already victorious. You have already been set free. If y'all have not already watched my video where I was talking to my inner child, I thought I was in chains, and come to find out the chains were already broken. The chains were already unlocked, and I was the one who was holding on to them as if they weren't. I wasn't free. I was free already, and I was choosing to hold on to chains thinking that I was locked up, and they had already been unlocked. I was already saved and set free. If y'all haven't seen that video, I'm going to post it right here, or I'm going to put it in the description box below. And while we're talking about it, go ahead and purchase your ebook, Solitude. It's going to teach you how to speak to your inner child, how to tap into your deepest parts of yourself so that you can begin to do the inner work and get tapped in with the voice of God, so that you can cleanse out your sacred space and know your worth, so that you're not just allowing anybody to have easy access to you. You're not easily accessible. You're not a revolving door. You are a gold door at one of the most luxurious hotels that has ever been seen in the world. This door has a lock on it, and concierge is standing there. Okay, you can't even get in this door without a card, without a pass. That is the type of door you are. You're not a revolving door. So it's time for you to shift the perspective of you. And that starts by doing the inner work. So check out the links below. Solitude is only $5, y'all. $5. Invest in yourself so that you can become the best version of yourself. If you can't afford the $5, I'm giving you free value right here on this video and letting you know. Journal, pray, meditate, speak life. Look at yourself in the mirror, and not just a substance and not just a surface level look. Gaze deep into your eyes. Ask yourself questions, reflect, and speak life. Cry if you have to, scream if you must, but get to your highest self. The higher you get, the more you will need God. The higher you get, the more you will hear him. The higher you get, the more powerful you will become, because you know who you are. God sees you at your final. He sees you where you are now, but he's waiting for you at your final, because that is who he knows you are. And he wants you to put in the work. He wants you to invest in yourself. He wants you to become more intimate with him so that you can meet him at your final, and so that you can stop settling for a lesser version of yourself. Because who you are right now is nothing compared to who you will become, especially when you put in the proper work and deepen your relationship with the Most High. So lesson of the day. The enemy wants you to get disconnected with who you are so that you will spend your entire life trying to find yourself. The enemy's job is to steal, kill, and destroy. So that is what he will do. And sometimes he will do it through yourself. So stop self-sabotaging yourself, holding yourself back and down by not doing the proper internal work to call those things that are not as if they are, and to talk and speak against the word curses that have been placed within you. It's time to dig up those old seeds, those old plants, and replant new ones. And you are more than capable of doing that. You are worthy, and I need you to speak that to yourself every single day. I am worthy of the life that I desire. I am worthy of what it is that God is telling me I can do. I am worthy of what I see in my mind, and I know because I see it in my mind, I can hold it in my hand, and I will. I am the epitome of faith, grace, and love. Okay? Speak life over yourself, y'all. I'm going to leave you with this. Question of the day. Who did the world tell you that you were, and why did you accept it? Comment it below if you just want to be open and vulnerable and share. It's a sacred space. If not, keep it in your journal. But either way, take it back to God and reflect on it so that you can pinpoint the way the enemy tried to snatch your identity from you and your purpose. As always, y'all, I hope that this brought you life. I hope that this brought you abundance and clarity on your journey and path. I pray that you take this word back to God and test the spirit so that you can know what to take on and what not to take on. Follow me on all socials so that you can connect with me, because I am a firm believer of where two or more people are, that is where God is going to surely be, okay? And that is where we are trying to be. So let's connect, let's get together, let's heal, and let's go down this journey together instead of apart. God did not make us to be alone, so stop trying to isolate yourself and be by yourself thinking that you only can do it by yourself. It takes a village with children, with healing, with life, with your journey, with your spirit. It takes a village. So do not be afraid to get connected to one. And I have one. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram at childheal_, which is my sacred community, where I teach you how to heal your inner child, get more intimately connected with God, let go of your past so that you can step into your future, and break those chains or let go of those chains because they were already broken. See you guys next time. I love you as always, and I want you to know that you are worthy of what it is that you desire, and you will make it to where you see yourself at, okay? I'm a living, willing, breathing testament of how God works. I was supposed to be a stereotype. I thought I was here to die, y'all. I did not think I was valued. I did not think I was worthy. So the fact that I can sit right here where I am is already glory to God. It's already a testimony in itself. But as we continue down this journey, you continue to stick with me, you will see how good God is, and the glory always gonna be His. Because if it was up to me, I would have been on a pole. Okay? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with anybody who is on a pole right now. If that is your journey, that is your journey. But know that you can make it further to new heights and new levels, even from where you are right now. Don't limit yourself and think that's it. Okay, so I'm a living, willing, breathing testament, and I will continue to show you how good God is. As always, I pray that I'll see you next video. And whether you are new or returning, I'm happy that you came and that you made it this far, and I hope to see you next time.